Welcome, everyone. I'm Stuart Varney in for Neil Cavuto. This is Your World. From NSA snooping to IRS targeting and the search for answers in Benghazi, the White House labeling these latest scandals as phony and fake. You try telling that to the people hurt by these phony scandals, like the mother of Sean Smith, one of 4 people killed in the Benghazi attack. She's still demanding answers, and she is here. And so is Becky Gerritsen, who provided emotional testimony after her Tea Party group was targeted by the IRS.
I'm not here as a serf or a vassal. I'm not begging my lords for mercy. I'm a born-free American woman, wife, mother, and citizen. And I'm telling my government that you've forgotten your place. I'm not interested in scoring political points. I want to protect and preserve the America that I grew up in, the America that people cross oceans and risk their lives to become a part of. And I'm terrified it is slipping away.
Is the president saying that is phony? Becky Gerritsen says this scandal is very real. Becky, what was your first reaction when you heard the use of those words, fake and phony?
Well, I think it's like the captain of the Titanic calling the icebergs phony. I think the only phony thing going on is the narrative that the White House is trying to push off onto the American people.
Okay. You were well known. That testimony was high profile. It had significant impact. You're not a political pundit. You're a real person reacting to the targeting of your Tea Party group. Has anybody contacted you since your testimony or since you were intimidated by the IRS? Nobody?
No, I believe this administration is stonewalling the investigation, taking the fifth, and now calling it fake or phony. I still have not been contacted by the FBI, so to me it looks like nothing's being done.
Now, the president, he said it's fake and phony scandals, and he said, quoting now, they need to stop. What's your reaction to that?
Well, can I just run through a really short timeline? Last year, when we were going through the targeting, on April 23rd, the chief counsel for the IRS met with Obama. The next day, Doug Shulman, the IRS commissioner, met with one of Obama's top cabinet officials with 3 other people for 8.5 hours. And the very next day, April 25th, new directives come down from the chief counsel of the IRS, redoubling their efforts to target conservative groups. I think a toddler can connect the dots and know that this is not a Republican made-up scandal. This came from testimony from IRS employees.
Do you think the president just wants this to go away, or do you think he's covering something up?
I think he wants it to go away, and it's very possible he's trying to cover something up.
Since this started, what's your level of trust in government?
A very little.
What was your personal reaction? And when that word was used, phony, fake, I want to know exactly what you thought.
You know, I'm normally a very nice, calm person, but it makes my blood boil. I was very irate. I think the American people need to understand what is happening to our country when the federal government can target citizens because of their political affiliation. Also, they can take a scandal like Benghazi and you know, 4 people were killed and then say, oh, it didn't happen after they tried to cover it up. It's just, it blows my mind, and I'm sick of it.
Becky Gerritsen, you're a real person, and we thank you very much for being with us today, Becky.
Thank you, Stuart.
Now, when the president called these scandals phony, it struck a nerve with Patricia Smith, her son, Sean, killed in the Benghazi attack. And 10 months later, she is still waiting for answers. Patricia joins us right now. What was your first thought when you heard the president use that word, phony?
I don't believe him anymore. He's wrong. My son is dead. How could that be phony?
Have you heard from anybody in the State Department or the administration with an explanation of precisely what happened to your son?
When I was there at the ceremony of the welcoming of the caskets, both Obama and Hillary and Biden and all of the other ones all promised me that they would get back to me to tell me what happened. I begged them, please, I must know what happened with my son. How come this happened? They all promised me they would get back to me. And you know, not one of them not one of them ever got back to me in any way, shape, or form, not by a letter, not by anything, other than I got a memo stating that I didn't need to know because I was not part of the immediate family.
You got that memo? You didn't need to know? That they said that in writing to you?
I have it in writing.
At that ceremony for your son, were you told why the attack had taken place? Were you told it was because of that movie?
Yes, it was because of the video.
And no one ever got back to you to say that wasn't correct?
Nobody ever got back to me for anything.
What do you think's going on here, Patricia?
I think Hillary is riding her little wave of, I'm sorry, I didn't do anything, I'm innocent, and everybody better listen to me because I know better. And nobody, I even told him at the time, I said, please, just whisper if it's that classified, whisper in my ear and tell me what happened. I have to know what happened with my son. And nobody ever whispered in my ear. Nobody ever came back to me. Nobody ever told me anything.
What are you gonna...
I'm still waiting.
Obviously, you're angry, you're very upset, as of course you should be. What are you going to do?
I'm going to speak out every chance I get, and every time Hillary comes on there saying she wants to be president, I'm going to stand out there and say, no, please, people, don't let her be there. Do not let her have a chance to do this to other people. Don't do it.
Forgive me for pressing this, Patricia, but you're not a political pundit. You're a real person. You are a grieving mother. And I want to go again, one more time. What was in your heart? What was your feeling when that word was used? Phony, fake. Tell me again, please.
How can I tell you? I mean, it's wrong. It's not phony, it's not fake. My son is dead, and why is he dead? And all I'm waiting for, even to this date, is for someone to get back to me and tell me what happened. Why did Hillary do what she did? Why was there no security there when there was supposed to be? And who was the general or whoever it was that called back the troops when they were going to help?
Patricia, we really appreciate you being with us today and sharing this with us. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.